A stock losing nearly a fifth of its value in a single trading session is not normal volatility. That is a verdict. Today, VECO Instruments printed an 18.5% decline on volume. That was multiple times its daily average. And most financial media covered it with the same generic language they use for every sell-off. What they did not explain is why this particular move reveals something structural about how semiconductor capital equipment companies get valued, and why that matters even if you have never heard of VECO before today. The real question here is not whether VECO is a buy or a sell. It is whether the market just made a rational adjustment or created an opportunity that lasts about 72 hours before closing. VECO Instruments is not a household name, but it occupies a critical position in the semiconductor manufacturing stack. The company makes deposition and etch systems, the machines that build the atomic-level structures inside advanced chips. Their customers include some of the largest chip manufacturers and LED producers on the planet. That context matters enormously for understanding why a single piece of news can detonate the stock this severely. The July 2030 sell-off was catalyzed by a combination of factors converging simultaneously, which is exactly how an 18+% single-day move gets constructed. The company's most recent guidance revision indicated that a key customer, representing a disproportionate share of near-term backlog, had pushed out equipment delivery timelines. In semiconductor equipment, a delayed order is not just a delayed order. It compresses revenue recognition, distorts gross margin in the affected quarters, and signals to the market that the customer's own capacity expansion plans are being throttled. When one customer represents a significant portion of your forward revenue, and the customer blinks, the math on your earnings model changes fast. Layer onto that a broader macro environment in mid-2026 where memory chip pricing has shown inconsistency, and certain advanced packaging customers are recalibrating their capital expenditure commitments. VECO's exposure to laser annealing systems for advanced packaging gave it tailwind in 2024 and 2025. That same exposure now creates a direct transmission mechanism for any slowdown in that specific segment. The actionable insight here is straightforward. Always map a company's revenue concentration before you size a position. VECO's single customer dependency is publicly disclosed in their filings. That risk was knowable. The market just repriced it. This is the question that actually requires intellectual honesty, and it is where most analysis falls short by landing in one of two lazy camps. Either massive overreaction, obvious buy, or the market is always right. Stay away. Neither is a useful framework. Here is how to think about whether a sell-off is a rational repricing versus a panic-driven overshoot. Start with the implied earnings impact. If VECO's guidance revision suggests roughly 10 to 15% downside to near-term revenue, a well-functioning market might reprice the stock 12 to 18% to reflect not just the earnings hit, but the uncertainty premium on future quarters. On that basis, an 18.5% decline is within a defensible range, not obviously irrational. This is not financial advice, but the math suggests the market is not wildly miscalibrated here. What creates potential overshoot is the mechanical selling that accompanies any move of this magnitude. Momentum strategies, risk parity funds, and stop-loss triggers all activate when a stock drops into this territory, pushing price below what fundamentals alone would justify. The overshoot window, historically in stocks of this market cap and liquidity profile, tends to be measured in days to weeks, not months. Now consider VECO's longer-term positioning. Their ion beam deposition technology has genuine differentiation in compound semiconductor applications, and the advanced logic node roadmaps from major foundries still require exactly the kind of precision deposition tools VECO produces. The demand is not gone, it is delayed. And delayed demand in capital equipment, unlike lost demand in consumer goods, almost always materializes, because the chips still need to get made. The calibrated read The move is justified in direction. Whether it is justified in magnitude depends on how long the order push-out lasts. And that is information you do not have yet. Sizing accordingly is the discipline this situation demands. If you are newer to investing and you watched VECO drop 18.5% today and felt that instinctive pull, either the "I need to buy this dip immediately" instinct or the "I need to sell everything similar" instinct, both of those reactions are the market training you to lose money. Here is what the people who actually build edge over time take away from a session like this. First, catalyst specificity matters more than magnitude. A stock dropping 18% because of a customer order pushout is categorically different from a stock dropping 18% because of accounting fraud, a product recall, or a structural competitive threat. The first is potentially recoverable. The others often are not. Your first job when you see a large move is to identify the precise nature of the catalyst. Not to decide buy or sell, but to understand what type of problem you are actually looking at. Second, concentration risk is not theoretical. VECO's customer concentration was in their 10K. It was disclosed. Professional investors who built large positions in VECO knew this was a risk factor. The question is whether they were compensated adequately for carrying it. Today's move suggests the compensation was insufficient for the size of the risk. That is a lesson that applies to every small and mid-cap company you will ever analyze. Read the customer concentration disclosures, then ask yourself if the valuation reflects that risk honestly. Third, your reaction speed is almost never your edge in situations like this. The institutional desk that moved on this news had the guidance call notes before the market fully processed them. Retail investors chasing a move in the first 90 minutes of a session like this are almost never the ones with the informational advantage. Your edge comes from doing the work before the catalyst arrives. Understanding the business well enough that when the stock moves violently, you already know how to interpret it. Synthetic alpha exists for exactly this kind of moment. The intersection of rigorous analysis and real market events is where pattern recognition actually gets built. We opened this video asking whether VECO's 18.5% drop was a rational verdict or a panic-driven overshoot. The answer is, the direction was rational, the magnitude is defensible, and the duration of the pain depends entirely on how long that customer order pushout extends, which you will not know for at least one more earnings cycle. The follow-up question worth sitting with is this: which other semiconductor equipment names carry the same customer concentration risk that has not been repriced yet? That is the next video. Subscribe so you are there when it drops.